Hey everyone, today we're going to take a look at the new Buydown calculators that were added in the most recent version of Mortly. So when you're logging in, you're going to notice a new calculator icon, and this has a refreshed interface for the calculators. It leaves me more room to add more here as time goes on. So the two new ones are the 2-1 and the 1 Buydown calculator. 2-1 Buydown is essentially where the first 2 years of payments are subsidized by anyone but the borrower. So the seller can give you the credit, the builder can give you the credit, even the realtor. Essentially, the cost to buy down the rate is the payment savings over the first 2 years in the case of a 2-1 buy down calculator. And then on a 1 buy down calculator, it's the payment savings over that first year. Now, if we look at a 2-1 buy down, essentially what that means is that first year, if the rate's 6.75, that first year, that rate's going to get reduced by 2% down to 4%, 4.75. Then it's going to go to 5.75 and lower the payment that way. And then finally, on the third year, it's going to go to normal at $2,076 in this example. Now, essentially, the credit is in an escrow account that is done at closing. And every month, that escrow account pays the interest portion of the payment that the borrower would have paid. So if the borrower did have a full 6.75% interest rate, they would have paid 276 plus 1393 plus 407. They would have paid the whole thing. But in this case, they didn't because it's subsidized with the 2-1 buy down that they did when they bought the house. Same is true for a 1 buy down. A 1 buy down means the first year payment is subsidized, not the second year. So you'll notice that only the first 12 payments here is reduced by $209, which is a 1% reduction on the 6.75% rate. Now you can play with these values here, changing these. So if I put 25, if I change this to 240, there we go. It's not going to change anything on the scenario. So you'll notice that this is 240. If I go back to the scenario, it still says 320. So this is kind of like a sandbox. Okay. You can play around with these numbers as you want, and it's going to calculate your cost, your payment savings, and it's simplified. It doesn't show cents or anything, just to kind of give the borrower the main dollar value. Now the cost here, you'll notice on this tooltip that it is rounded up. So you want to round up on the total cost, and you'll give the realtor this value when you're calculating the contribution from the selling side of how much it needs to be to accomplish this 2-1 buy down. Now, one other note here is the points calculator was also refreshed. I changed this a bit. When it's negative, so when the borrower is negative on the investment, it's red, and after 5 years, in this example, they go green. Okay, so this kind of just helps visualize over a 30-year term or whatever term you want on your scenario, how long it's going to take for the borrower to break even on their point investment. All right, so hope you're doing well. If you have any feedback, please click this button here and drop me some feedback. But we're going to continue adding more calculators and any other tools that we can to help speed up your day. All right, have a good one.